Okay, so it's literally okay. Okay. So if I glide over here, yeah, and then I can climb up. Okay. Is that a... That's a treasure chest. Oh, 20 bucks. Oh, I actually climb ladders slower than I climb walls. So there's no... Yeah, so there's no actual limit on it. It's just you slowly fall down. What was... Yeah. So what's this place then? And am I gonna get stuck down here? Oh. Help, I'm trapped. There we go. Nope, nothing in here. Birds. Make my way over to the what looks like almost a crashed ship. Hello. Ooh, atomic power supply. I don't know if I was supposed to be able to get up here, but I did. Yeah, I don't think wasn't actually supposed to be able to do this. But it did. Don't think I have enough climbing to climb up that. Alright. What do we got in here? Oop, treasure chest. Cuts. A cache of 100 cuts made from metal harvested from crashed ships. They have holes punched through the middle where a rope can be slid for easy convenience. Oh, okay, so it's a... yeah. I got you. Yeah, so the coins all have holes, and then yeah, a cut of coins. Yeah, so it's a kind of like a roll of bills, or all right. Was the airship actually landed? Oh, I'm sure that'll come into play at some point. And to do questing or whatnot. Terrain gets a little wonky. Hello. Cartographer. Greetings. I saw you looking longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't it? Longingly? I clarified that I was looking curiously at the balloons. They aren't exactly my ideal vessel, the newcomer shrugs. Fair enough. I suppose that when you can ensconce yourself in a peaceful little bubble and float in the sky, the balloons loses some of its charm. But I'll accept your curiosity. Give the balloon a portion nod. It doesn't feel too bad. Well, good to meet you, and... oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Jordan. I tell him I'm Sable. Suppose you come all this way to see me. It's probably a map you're after, eh? I'd love a map. Well, I say, just came because I saw the balloon, but yeah. Of course you would. That'll be 50 cuts. To my ear is a fair price for a map, but too expensive for a pre-gliding with empty pods. No, wait, I have it. I have the money. But, what? I'm confused. I have 140. What? Okay. The balloon was more fun than the person in it. Okay. Something on your mind? Zach's voice is a little weak. I don't know how she's done it. That's Ilaria over there. I followed our gaze to a little speck in the distance, in which now I understand is her daughter. Oh, so the kid who was up there. So this is... Do you want me to go back and get her? No, she's fine. I'll get her. I'm just parenting. She tells me not to worry. Here's money. 200. Oh, thank you. Here's some money if we can get you going on your journey. Use it wisely and a little unwisely when the mood strikes. It's good to know the value of money, but you never want to be ruled by it. It's interesting, the stamina doesn't recharge when you're in the air. Okay, now I have 3 times the money you needed. I'll buy it. But you were mapped, so I'll have to like look for you again in other areas. Short. I knew since I was a boy that cartographer was for me, but I spent a little extra time out there just to enjoy the world. Speaking of, keen eye on the skies, eh? Plenty of my colleagues out there. Also, it'll be different guys cartographing different places. They'll have more maps to sell you out there, from Akkad to the Sodic Waste. So nobody's ever mapped to this civilization till just now? Thank Jordan for the tip and say goodbye. Farewell, child. Alright, Halil. I finally finished everything else I was doing. So what does the map actually look like now? Okay. Can I? Oh, there. Okay. I was like... I figured there had to be some way to like zoom in. Yeah. So is it? It doesn't actually put any. Oop. Okay, I can add a marker. How do I remove it? There we go. Okay. Oh, you didn't have an indicator. They know what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them before I even left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? Strange. I'll go with strange. Well, don't worry about that. There's plenty of time, and long before you're going to be floating off the cliff sides with impunity. Is that good? Trust me, you're gonna love it. I say I was already jumping from every cliff even before I had the thing. Hello, mood doesn't darken, but I let out a whole of a bit sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling just floating on the breeze. So can you not do it anymore? But I suppose best to... Oh, okay, it fades with age. Or else I might never have come back from my gliding. I'd just be out there, heaving myself into the chasms. I'll heal myself for you. That's what I like to hear. I know people manage to keep it up, but don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. It takes a really serious focus. Gives a laugh. And certainly haven't got that. Still, I suppose a gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gains and no loss. I think about that, but decide there is already too much loss in my mind to consider it much further. I'm saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is the sacrifice for another time. You're going to love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice, try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about the ritual and independence and all of that out there, but world's, world's an easier place if you put joy first. I thank Halil for their advice and for their help and tell them I miss them. I'll be over before you know it. I say, am I not allowed back in here while I'm traveling around? Which might actually be the case, but I say goodbye. Before I go, I suggest I go to the top of the tower. I tried talking to you before and you didn't want to. Now you want to talk to me, huh? Scissor's an outclanner to the Ibex, and I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall. I think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. So is everyone a woman in this society? 'Cause that's what I'm getting so far. Machinists, I'm told, are given their posts by their training and their code. Must go to where they are needed, but Shizuo has been among us for so long it's easy to forget it's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she's one of us. I think there's a perception among the other clans that the Ibex are quite insular, or their designation of Ibex versus outclanners suggests nervous, otherwise those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more as a result of our nomadic nature. We seek to know who will travel with us and who we must leave behind. But all are welcome to join. So are we a different group? And I don't know if the other clans and the other groups do the same things. Now, we'll find out. And I'm always pleased that Shizuo did. Sable, how do you do, clan child? I can only think of one thing. Better now that I'm getting a bike, excited for my bike, a bit worried, am I really getting a bike? Shizuo has a throaty quality to her voice and rumbles through her mask as she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when it manages to make her chuckle. Yes, Jetty told me how excited you were. Shizuo snuffs. She also told me Drace would be coming along for you to get your bike together, but I think he may have... I knew it. What? I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I told her I was just clearing my throat. I don't begrudge Driz for his forgetfulness. Were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I might have just scattered. And besides, this will be good for you. I want you to scavenge the hover park parts for yourself. Technically, shouldn't Driz do it? And let him have the privilege of bonding with your bike before it's composed. No, 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 no. This is reserved for you. It's like... Sure it is. Here, take this. The navigator. This navigator you use to mark waypoints on your compass. Should be useful in finding the old parts. Parts of ruined ships and fragments spread apart. I would say, are we like crash landers on a planet? Is that the origin of us? Spacefaring people who crashed and had to survive on a foreign planet. Okay, that's one I already got. Yep. Do they make their own bikes? Only the lucky ones. Alright, I'm off. Together we create something new out of the old. Oh. But oh yeah, this is really weird to control. Okay. Oh, I can just walk through. I was like, where am I going to climb this thing? It's like, okay, I can just go right through it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's like, it's also interesting there's a dam. That would suggest that there used to be water here. And a lot of water. Is that the part I need? Or no, that's not. I gotta put this in this. I know video games. Control panel. So where? Okay, so this doesn't actually go anywhere. It's a closed off space. Ah, one of you guys. Another eggs. $5. And the weird little man candle stuff. I think I just stole it from a grave offering. It doesn't use stamina to float, but you also don't gain back stamina while you float. Yeah, or when climbing ladders. Yeah, actually I'm wondering, no. Does that look like that other ring? Because is that first ring that I flew through, was that... I'm wondering, is that still, like, lit up? So it was... Maybe it was... Oh, yeah, and it is still lit up. Is that the same as what that one was? But that might be once I finish building my bike, maybe I'll be able to move better. Hello? There's nothing useful on the ship, but a blinking flashing a blinking flashing light on the dashboard of the cockpit. Push the button. Voice crackles from the machinery in front of me. It sounds like a recording. It's barely audible. Stop messing about with those buttons, you absolute idiot. Sorry, Ramen. Concentrate. I don't think we have to remind you how much work was to get you this far. We're almost there. Alright, let's see if what I told the old machinist told us holds up. If not, there'll be hell to pay. I hear the sound of mechanical adjustments being made. 3 clicks. Buttons being pressed, perhaps. Okay, then I push this orange thing and pull that lever hard. Yes, Ramen. The sound of a click and a loud grunt before snapping sound. Oh, on Rahan's mask. Not that hard. You've torn it out. Suddenly the speakings are filled with static and low rumble and gradually increases in pitch, and then the sound of something cheering. It worked! We're flying! What a real ramshackle flight test sounds like. More cheering. Does that sound dancing? Okay, let's focus. Let's get this thing moving fast. We need to slow it down a bit. How do we do that? Let's check the machinist notes. Yeah, that sounds like a real ramshackle bit. A lot more static. Ramen? That lever, Toma. The one you just ripped out. We're going too fast. We're going to crash. We need to try to... Very determined. Hello, child. Are you looking for a calibrator? I'm immediately on guard. Some of you have always been a mischief maker and taken tremendous pleasure in tormenting me. In theory, I am older, more experienced, and should be able to withstand it. In practice, you won't find it here. I've hidden it. You'll never find it. Never, never. She never fails to get me. You're a horrible child. Right. I'll give you the calibrator. I put out my hands, proud of myself for standing tall with the salmon. If you give me some beetles. That's a fair trade, isn't it? Something you want for something I want. I try to decide if it's more mature to push her overall and steal the calibrator or acquiesce. But then I simply stifle a sigh and shake it with a hand. Perhaps some adults in the camp know where I can find some. Oh my. Running over.